That piercing, blood-curdling scream lasted only a brief moment before everything fell completely silent. Ning Qiushui was the first to rush upstairs, followed closely by Liu Chengfeng and the others. But as soon as they stepped onto the second floor, everyone froze in place. Shock and disbelief spread across their faces. No way. Beidao's voice trembled, his legs shaking uncontrollably. Before them, the blood that had been splattered all over the floor had completely vanished, every last trace of it. Not even a single drop remained, as if everything that had happened that morning had been nothing more than a shared hallucination. Look over there," Yan Yuping suddenly shouted, pointing toward the room at the end of the corridor. Everyone turned to look and saw thick, bright red blood slowly seeping out from under the door, spreading across the floor and into the hallway. A gust of wind blew through the open blinds at the end of the corridor, carrying with it a nauseating metallic stench of blood. "Damn," Liu Chengfeng muttered hoarsely, every hair on his body standing on end. The others looked just as terrified. Ning Qiushui frowned at the window blinds. He clearly remembered closing and locking that very window after examining Wang Yuning's body earlier that morning. The wind outside, no matter how strong, couldn't possibly have opened it. The lock could only be opened from the inside, since they'd all been downstairs searching for Yamo, and the old lady had never left her room. Who could have opened that window? Could it have been Wang Yuning, the man who was already dead? The thought sent chills racing up Ning Qiushui's spine. But unlike the others who stood frozen in fear, he forced himself to move. Seeing this, the people behind him opened their mouths, wanting to stop him, but no words came out. "What the hell is wrong with this guy?" someone whispered. "Is Ning Qiushui insane? Isn't he afraid of what's behind that door?" "Ning Qiushui! Are you crazy?" Beidao shouted, but Ning Qiushui ignored him completely, walking straight down the corridor toward the open blinds. Suddenly, Liu Chengfeng pushed through the group and jogged after him. "Hey, wait up, Qiushui!" Seeing Liu Chengfeng follow, the remaining three clenched their teeth, swallowed their fear, and trailed after them. When they reached the end of the corridor, Ning Qiushui immediately shut the blinds and locked them once again. Then, under everyone's anxious, trembling gazes, he slowly reached for the door handle and pulled the door open. The moment the door swung wide, Yan Yuping vomited on the spot. The others stumbled backward in horror. Inside the room, Yamo's blood-soaked body hung suspended in midair. His abdomen had been hollowed, his organs completely gone, leaving only a dripping, blood-stained spine. His neck appeared to have been broken by brute force. That eerie, twisted smile stared straight at them. None of the others dared to meet its gaze. Except Ning Qiushui. He stepped beneath the hanging corpse, observing it closely. His sharp eyes grew colder, keener. "The way this one died," he muttered, "is almost identical to Wang Yuning's, the same killer. Could it be the old woman on the second floor?" Ning Qiushui turned his head toward the old lady's room. He suddenly recalled the three strange words she had spoken. Earlier, his pupils contracted sharply. "Wait a second. Do you all notice?" Beidao suddenly shouted in terror, pointing to the bed behind the corpse. "Wang Yuning's body, it's gone." Everyone looked. Sure enough, the corpse that had been lying on the bed was missing. The bloodstains on the sheets had vanished too. So, where did his body go? Someone whispered. Ning Qiushui calmly pulled the door, shut, and glanced once more at the pool of fresh blood on the floor. "Let's go downstairs," he said quietly. "What? Go downstairs?" Yigoi's eyes widened. "What about that hanging body?" Ning Qiushui shook his head, his expression unreadable. "No need. He'll take care of it." At those words, everyone's skin crawled. Goosebumps rippled down their arms. As they followed Ning Qiushui down the stairs, someone asked in a trembling voice, "Brother Ning." "When you say he, who do you mean?" Ning Qiushui didn't turn around. "The thing that killed them, is it the old woman on the second floor?" Someone pressed. Ning Qiushui didn't answer. Back in the villa's main hall, silence hung so thick it was suffocating. Fear had completely swallowed the group like a rising tide. They stayed that way until dusk. Finally, Liu Chengfeng couldn't bear the tension anymore. He stood up abruptly. "I'll cook something," he muttered. "I'll come with you," said Ning Qiushui, standing as well. "During this time, whatever you do, don't go anywhere alone." Without waiting for a reply, he followed Liu Chengfeng into the kitchen. Yan Yuping, however, refused to take even a single step inside, ever since learning that the villa's ghost had killed using the kitchen's knives and forks. Inside the kitchen, Once Liu Chengfeng confirmed they were alone, he lowered his voice. "Brother Ning, are you planning to go up to the third floor tonight?" Ning Qiushui paused, half bent over the fridge, then chuckled without looking back. "So, you're not as clueless as you pretend to be." Liu Chengfeng scratched his head awkwardly, embarrassed by the compliment. "But Brother Ning, I don't get it. Why wait until night to go up there? Isn't that even more dangerous? Couldn't we just go during the day?" Everyone knew, whether it was from the lady of the villa's warnings or their own instincts, that the third floor was extremely dangerous. The heavy iron door leading up was locked tight and they had no key. Ning Qiushui nodded slightly. "The old lady is just bait, a lure that